Hey guys, good morning everyone, and welcome to the stream and welcome to another video. If you can hear some things going on in the background, it's because I've got my little air compressor going, because today we're going to do a little bit of airbrushing. And we're going to have airplanes take off right when I start my stream. That's fantastic. Just give me a minute, I'm going to shut my window. Okay, sorry about that. I don't want to fight with airplanes taking off while I'm trying to do this stuff. Okay, so what are we painting? Well, today we're going to be painting some of the deck parts on our German battleship Tirpitz. That's this guy right here. We're continuing on this guy. Yes, the 1/350 scale Tirpitz by Tamiya. Yes. So, what did we do yesterday? Well, we started working on the tower a little bit and building the decks, the kind of assembling the lower bridge, the control tower, the upper bridge, a little bit of the mid bridge. Yeah, so we started on that. And after the video, I went to work on all the photo etch parts for that stuff. And so here we go. Starting with this guy, we've got some photo etching on this. Okay, I'm going to change my camera here to the overhead so you can see a little better. So we have this guy here. This would be the, this is the upper bridge. I don't have the little radar things on here yet, but we got this, okay, that guy there. We have our funnel. Remember the funnel? We just finished that off last time. And I got a whole bunch of photo etch on the funnel, and yeah, I spent a lot of time building these little cranes out of the photo etch. Probably a lot more than I would like to. Got rid of the pre-sculpted ladders on the sides and replaced them with these photo etched ones. And our little cabin at the back there adds a lot more detail. So yeah, lots of little railings to add and everything like that. Of course, all the folding and bending and gluing, all that good stuff, right? So there's the funnel. And then we have, this is the, what do they call this one? This is the control tower. I actually don't have this glued on just yet, but we have this guy, okay, and all these little railings. Added a little, this whole little piece here. There was nothing connecting these two out of the kit, so this is its own piece to add on there, completely brand new. Nothing changed, it's just the way it is. And of course, add the, you saw me add this and drill out the little holes, the portholes on that yesterday. Add these little guys. Well, just a funky shaped railing that goes along here on each side. And then we have the lower bridge, which I haven't completed the railings yet on this because I've got pieces to put on there, and I'm going to put the railings that go along here after. But yeah, so that's what we've got so far, guys. And of course, you put it all together, it does look pretty good, nice and golden. It's almost going to be a shame to just paint it all gray. There we go. So we're looking pretty good. So what I want to do today, so I have more construction to do on the bridges, but I think it's time to start getting prepared to do some deck work, which means I got to break out my paints. So I want to do the decks, so I'm going to get out my wooden deck tan, get that mixed up. I want to spray this deck here. This is going to be the deck tan color, and so I want to get this done before I do anything else on this. I kind of regret already putting this part on because it's going to make it a little bit difficult to get in underneath there to make sure that I actually get paint in there. So that's going to be a little bit hard, but that's okay. It's not too bad. And then for the main deck, we got our mid deck here. So all along here I need to do, on both sides, I need to do this part, okay? And then of course our rear deck and our forward deck, okay? So yeah, so I want to get those done. So I've got my air compressor going and ready to go. So I'm just going to move these over here to get ready. You guys want to see it? You want to watch me do my airbrushing? I can set up the camera to do that for you guys. Of course, I didn't prepare beforehand, so I'll have to, it'll take me a minute, but that's all right. It won't take too long. So, let's see here. You set up so you can watch. First, you'll probably get to see my big leg. It's not too bad. Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's get prepared here. So I got my deck tan. I'm going to use an old cup, dried up paint. It's not going to make any difference. And I'm going to use my leveling thinner. Get my paper towel ready, of course. All this good stuff. I don't know how much I'm actually going to need, so I'm just kind of guessing. That was stupid of me. Let's try this. Should have done this. See what stupid things you do when you're not thinking, right? Now I got thinner on my instructions, and my day is ruined. I'm just kidding, my day's not ruined. Okay, nice and thinned out, good. Okay, airbrush. There we go. Okay, I'll switch the camera for you so you guys get to watch me. Yeehaw. Fun stuff. There you go. Now, I always have a little bit of an issue with tip drying, so I want to make sure that I do it here first. I've got my pressure turned up a little too high. good, I think. At least for a first coat. Let's go with this guy now. It's looking pretty good. I kind of like the fact that I can still see some detail through the paint on there. I don't know if this camera's not going to show it, but it looks pretty cool that I can still see the details that they've put on there. Move over to this side. Now what I'm noticing is because of the gray color under here and the gold color here, these are now two different colors, and so that's going to be an issue. So I think I am going to have to cover the gold completely for continuity's sake. Okay, so let that dry. Move on to this guy. Run out. Okay, I'm going to come back to that, but I put it on a little bit wet, so we will move on to this. Alright, so let's go back to our middle here. I am getting low on paint now. I have to mix up some more soon. we'll finish up this one. That's it. All right. So water is pointless in this case. And, well, I know there's at least one of you out there that likes watching airbrushing, so I figured, what the heck, we'll do that today too. But I have more. Ew, my paint is disgusting in there. Yeah, so with that being said, we're done for that for now. Now, let's get back to actually doing something on the kit here and actually building something. So we have most of our towers complete. I did find out, looked at yesterday, so our searchlights, I have to assemble those. I'm going to go with the photo etched anti-aircraft guns because the kit parts just, and I look at the comparison, it's like a blob of plastic to a nice precision metal part. And I cannot deny that the photo etched parts look a lot better. I cannot deny that. And so I have to go with the photo etched, as even though it takes me a good probably 5 minutes per gun to fold it all up to make it precise and look good. Even though that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do. So we have a couple more pieces to put on. I got to put searchlight on. I got to assemble this searchlight, and see, this is finished, so I can literally I'm going to highlight these guns to remind myself that I need to put those on there. But other than that, this is finished. Step 10, other than these little tiny guns, is finished. Okay, so I need to remember those guns, I need to remember that gun. This part is not finished. I don't know what G4 is and G5, but let's take a look at those. Let's see, now that I've got my my wooden decks all over my table, room for my kit. This can now go here. It's starting to look, this now looks pretty close, even though this is the photo etch. And it appears I've lost a railing. I don't know where I lost the railing. I'll have to look around for it, but there's, see this railing here? That's supposed to be on this side too, but it seems to be gone. Okay, I'll have to look for that another time. It looks like I am going to have to do another coat on here, just a little bit where I've missed here because I was spraying at this angle and I didn't change my angle. Lesson learned. Well, there's that. So this can go over here, out of the way. And I hope I find that railing. There's our forward deck. It's got a little bit of shadowing, so I need to, you know, another coat on there will help. And same with the rear. A little bit in here is, I can use it. Now, of course, I'm going to have a big section here covering this, but still, yeah. A little bit of refinement is all it's going to take on those. And then we have this deck here. This looks good because this part here doesn't match up with anything. I think that's just as good enough the way that is now. That looks pretty good. And so later on, of course, there's a whole bunch of intricate masking I'm going to be doing to cover up these decks when I paint it gray. So that's when I mentioned that this is going to be a real pain to paint this thing. That's kind of what I mean. There's a lot of intricate masking that's going to be required, unless I want to brush paint it, which I don't, right? I really don't want to do that. So anyway, let's take a look at our stuff here. So I want my G tree. It's K, J, actually I think G is right on my desk here. Yes. 2 G trees here. So I want G6, 13, and 14. G6. There's 14. And 13. It's kind of a shame that they didn't do the lights in clear. You know, typically they do the light lenses on a model kit in clear plastic. Not so with this one. I already know from looking at the photo etch parts, this little knob that would normally go in a hole is going to be, I have to cut that off and put it flush because it's sitting on photo etch. Which is kind of another reason why I was kind of waiting to paint the decks, because there's things that go onto the photo etching and the glue won't stick as well through the paint. So yeah. Okay, so this gets a little bit of glue treatment. This guy goes in there. Just like so. And this guy is going to go like that. But before I glue it and have a crappy day, that gets sheared off. And there we go. We got a light. Okay, so that is going to go onto, where is my part here? It goes right in the middle, right there. Which means I gotta get my crazy glue to put that on there. Am I actually looking at the right part? No, I I'm not looking at the right part. Or am I? So many pieces look the same now. No, I think I am. Actually, maybe not. Yes, I am. I have to reassemble it to realize what parts I'm actually looking at here. But there is that, and it does go there, so. Let's look at our crazy glue. So I'm just doing this one part, so I just want a little bit. There we go. We got a searchlight on. Just like that. Alright. So that's done. There are other intricate things, like G3 is supposed to go there, and G3 is just like a T. The shape is just a T. I don't know what the heck it is supposed to be. Let me refer to my photo etch sheets. As you can see all my little black lines that I've done on there, that's to let me know that I've completed it. Yeah, see, G3 has been replaced. No, it hasn't. It has not been replaced. And they don't want me to put anything, there is no photo etch part to replace G3 with. So I actually do use G3 and put them on those spots. So G3. I don't even know what it is. What do they call that thing? It's a T. It's literally a T. Come on. There you go. Okay. See, it's literally, they're literally a little T. That's all it is. And of course I need my crazy glue again, because they are going one here and one here. one. I don't know if I got enough glue on this. Let's do a second. Nope. And there's the second one. Okay. There you go. Okay, that's about all the photo etching I want to do on camera today. So what else have we got? We have a couple of more things here that I don't want to deal with just yet because there's more tower stuff that I need to build, like the rear tower. So let's take a look at those. You off to the side. Okay, so if we flip the page, we've got boats to assemble, and of course the boats, there's a whole lot of photo etching with the boats to make them really detailed and nice looking. And that's not a bad thing, they look okay, but they are just the boats. They're just the dinghies, really. The other thing I want to do is build the little houses that the boats sit on top of. So let's get those two built today. Okay. And yeah. So, and I might even get to the crane. We got more lights, fun stuff. Yeah. So let's look at our little boat houses, or they call them hangars. So I need K9, I need the K tree, and I need the C tree. K and C. There's K. So I need K9, 10, 23, and 24. There we go. There's 9. 10. 23. 24. Okay. And I need C1 and 2. Gotta be C. Yes. C1. And 2. Looking at the photo etch detail for these guys, and I know the ladder gets replaced. There's actually, you know, considering it's just a little house, there is actually quite a bit of photo etch detail to add to these. That guy who's building the ship on YouTube that took him 3 years, the detail he did, like he scratched these little things that the boats sit on. He scratch built those, these little things. He scratch built them. Like, he had some kind of a book. Like, I've looked online for reference pictures of this ship, and there's not a lot out there. And the pictures that are out there are like garbage if you're trying to find detail. Okay, so we got a wall that's going to go on. It's going to go on like this, and we've got the door going on with the little things at the bottom, so they're going to go like that. Okay, simple enough. Let's complete our little house. Here we go. There's one. Just a little more glue than I needed, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this little ladder that's going all the way around, that's probably going to be scraped off and replaced with the photo etch ladder. There we go. Second one built. That was easy, wasn't it? See how fast you can build a house? Or two? Yeah. Okay, so those are done. Now we've got a crane to build. And so we want K1. Where'd the K tree go? K number 1. Looks like we got 2 cranes to build, so might as well do them at the same time. K1, and that's all we need off the K tree. Next we need G. We have 2 G trees. Where did I put them? There they are. G15, 35, 36, and number 1. G1. G1, 35 and 36. Alright. Now we get the same pieces off of this other one. Here we go. Okay. Time. I got lots of time. Clean these up so they fit nice. That's the main thing. guys remember that SR-71 Blackbird that I built? The client, I'll call him, I asked him if he wanted to have the landing gear down or if he wanted it retracted, depending on how he's going to display it. And he asked me, like, if the landing gear's down, how does it look? And I sent him some pictures, and then he figured, okay, well, what if I have it displayed like flying? Can you do that? And I said, well, yeah, I can have the landing gear retracted, but it's going to take a little more effort because most airplane kits aren't designed to have the landing gear up, right? And then, of course, you have to, do you want to have it on a stand and it's flying, or are you going to hang it? He wanted an example of what the stand would look like, and so I showed him, and he didn't like it at all. Oh, we also need G15. Didn't like the looks of a stand at all, so we figured, okay, he's going to hang it up. And now that's been about, what's it been now? About a month? And sends me a message and asks me if there's a way that I can now change the model and make it so that the landing gear's down. And it's like, well, yeah, I could, but I'd have to buy another kit. Because, you know, the landing gear bay doors have now been cut and customized to be able to be closed. And so I'd have to alter those. Well, first of all, I'd have to break them open. I'd literally have to buy another kit to get all the landing gear parts. And he says, well, okay, well, I guess I thought maybe something like that, but I had to ask. So I'm guessing he's having some issues with how it's looking, hanging from wires or something like that. But it's a bit more of a challenge than he thought it would be. Okay, so we're going to take our little base, and we're going to take one of these guys, and it's going to go like this, and then we're going to take one of these guys and go like this. Sure we are on the same page here and we're all correct. Yes, even though it doesn't seem like these guys go together. There's no pins or anything saying, hey, these two lock together. And so determine. Okay, so this is going to go in there like this. Bingo. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to glue half of this to the base. Like that. Okay, so that I've got something to work with. Do the same with this one. Just because they actually have a cup, the crane is actually, they don't want me gluing the crane arm, which is going to provide a little bit of a challenge. This little guy here, they want it hanging down, but where it hangs down, I'm not sure. There's my tweezers. if it actually connects to anything. They just show it hanging down like that. I guess it just sits like that. Okay. Just like that. And that's it. Not much to it. So now I can prepare to put the other side on. Now, before the glue actually sets, we put this guy in. Like so. Yeehaw! Woo! Doink! Doink, 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 doink. Now, because I've moved these things around, I'll make sure everything is lined up straight and proper and all that good stuff. Ah, they call it a jib crane. This is the jib crane. Jib, 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 jib. Okay, so with that done, do another one here. So once again, got our piece that we need to put here. Even though it's going to move around as I assemble it, it helps to hold it in place. Again, before the glue dries, put that in place. A little bit of a squeeze, make sure it's all together and everything's lined up. All right. there's our 2 jib cranes. Done. Now, from what I've seen in the pictures, we do have one more deck. But let's do, before we just start on the deck, it's the rear deck, I believe. Let's do our searchlights. We're gonna do the searchlight with the shed open. Okay? So we need to first, let's do the assemble the lights. We need the G tree. We need 6, 13, and 14. And of course there are 2 G trees, right? G, 6, 13, and 14. So it seems like I only have one more. What the heck? Oh no, I'm being stupid. 6, 6. Thirteen, and 14, and 14. There we go. Okay. So these are going to be the searchlights that are on each side of the funnel. But we need 2 more pieces, F18 and 19. F18 and 19 to complete them. And here they are. Woohoo! And we need 2, so we need 2 F18s and 19s. There we go. Okay, let's clean them up here. Once again, our pieces here need to have these little nubs cut off. Just like that. I really have no idea where those fly off to. I hear them bounce off my wall and they're gone. So my last Gundam build that I did, I managed to not have a single nub. Oh, sorry, I correct myself. I had only one nub piece go flying off. I made sure to not have them fly around my room. And actually quite impressed with that. Because every other build I've done with the Gundams, let the nubs fly, basically. What is it now? Okay. So I think once I got these lights assembled, probably call it a day. And that'll be it for now. So I've got more painting to do on the deck. I've got to put another coat, maybe 2 coats on the deck. Or decks. And yeah, so I have no idea whether that's going to be exposed or not, so thinking like a Gundam kit, I want to clean up that nub mark. There we go. Alright, so let's put these parts together now. Some glue. Let's put our lenses on first. There's one. to. Our little brace piece here. Actually, why do they want that like that? I have to look at my sheets here for the funnel. Why? Cut them off for no reason. I prematurely cut them off because they're going to be going onto this, and there's a guiding that should have gone in there. Crap. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This has to go in here like that. So do that first. Okay. So these are going to go on each side of the funnel, and they're going to go here. But what's kind of strange, it goes like that. Does look a little weird. The way they have it in the picture, this line here, the very top of it, actually goes above and is like a railing, but it doesn't really fit. Does and it doesn't. There's a big honking gap, and it looks terrible. But I suppose that's just the way it's supposed to be. As long as I have it on there straight, that's all that matters. A little bit of flashing to clean up here, just to make sure it's flat. So okay, I'm going to glue this on first. Main thing is I want it straight and level. To me, that's the most important thing, is straight and level. Okay, so there's one side, like that. them on there now, each side there. Now I'm going to let those dry because I don't want to put the lights on until those are dry and nice and firm. So I'm going to wait on these. So I'll just put these aside for now. I know I said we're going to call it a day right now that the lights are done, but I just want to take a look at the rear. What's involved with the rear deck? We got a lot of parts on the rear deck. So that just might be something to do tomorrow. There's got to be some stuff I can do right now, though. It looks like just assembly of a lot of little parts. You've got another searchlight. This is what they call the searchlight deck. So we have a searchlight deck, rear bridge, that's what they're calling it, not rear deck, rear bridge. And we have a rear hanger. Yeah, and a lookout area. And I've highlighted them that I know that these are going to be replaced by photo etch. Yes, there's photo etch parts that will be added, but that's different than actually replacing a kit part, right? So we have to make more searchlights. Now I'd like to see D20 and see what we're looking at in the photo etch parts. And I don't have them here, which means they're here. And that's it right here. So we don't have anything to go on. Let's grab D20. Grab my D. Where's my D? D. I want my D. Where's my D? D. Okay, D20. This, I'm surprised they're not making me assemble this. You know, it's actually a block. Like, is this Lego? Since when do they give me a fully assembled part? It's actually very strange. Okay, so far in this, for the photo etching, there's always some kind of little decking plate that needs to be put in down in here, but not in this case. So I can't really complain about that. There's part of the rear bridge right there. Anyway, K. We need K8, 12, and 11. Or K8, 11, and 12. Now this is pretty simple and straightforward. You just put your doink right onto the dink, and there you go. You're done. Dink, doink, and done. There you go. And then this goes in the middle. Just like that. And you put your two spotlights on each side. Now you gotta assemble two more of those. And that's pretty simple, right? So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. Because I've got more painting to do, but I have to get ready to go out today. But yeah, so that's where we're gonna leave it for now, guys. Just kind of leave it there and say, yay, got a little bit of done. Not so much for assembly, I guess. You know, just there's a lot of these intricate parts that need to go together, and it's slowly building these little pieces, and then finally you're going to get to put them all together. And then of course once I've got them together, then I'm going to paint everything. So because this ship has it's kind of a unique camouflage paint. It's not even camouflage really, as you can see there, all these kind of a stripy pattern, right? It looks really cool when it's all done, and the ship is a cool looking ship, but that's why I keep saying that it's going to be a pain in the neck to paint it, to mask and to paint, because I have to mask off all of the wooden deck in order to paint all the towers and everything like that. All these different colors. It'll look really fantastic when it's done, but it's a bit of a bear to actually get there. So yeah, anyway, like I said, guys, I'm going to end it here and call it a day. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and thanks for coming out. Like and subscribe, and go on my Instagram and all that good stuff. And subscribe to me on Twitch, and that would be fantastic. And blah 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 blah. All that stuff that I usually say. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for coming out. All the support. Thank you for the guys who subscribe and follow me and everything like that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So with that, we're calling it a day, and yeah, so we will continue this tomorrow and get more done. Hopefully we're gonna be, I'm really hoping to have this done by the end of the week, but I don't know for sure. We'll see how it goes. But until then, we'll see you all in the next one. Phew.